All right, my lovely, lovely people. Today I'm going to show you how to create 3 and 4 prong settings. I am going to be using a 3mm facet as well as a 4mm facet. So we're going to start with the 4-prong setting first. I'm actually least familiar with the 4-prong setting. I am using just kind of a scrap piece of 22 gauge wire, and these are Xuron 483 flat nose pliers that I'm going to use here for these. I've found that this is a pretty good size for 4mm stones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire, my 22 gauge wire, and I'm going to bend it around the tip of that the flat nose pliers, and I'm going to make 4 little teeth. Like that. And then what you want to and then what you're going to want to do is take those little 4 prongs and just gently squish them together like that. Nice and flush. I'm not sure if this is the traditional way to make wire prong settings. However, this is just how I do it. All right, so then I'm going to take my bench block and my chasing hammer, and I'm just going to flatten those 4 little prongs that I've made. Just like that. It's going to increase the integrity of your wire in your setting and make it a little more clean. Hey Sean, hey Vicky. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers and grab the edge of this and just bend that one wire straight down so it's nice and flush with the rest of what we're doing. Right? Probably actually go a little more flush than that. There we go. Just like that. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly bend out our prongs to make a nice little plus sign. Be gentle and easy when you do this. I personally prefer 3-prong settings, and you'll see why, but I figured if I was going to do a video about prong settings, I would give you guys the option for how to do 4 as well. So bear with me, I am not as familiar with the 4 as I am with 3. Same concepts though. And then when we get here, we're going to want to turn this so that this wire goes underneath, like this. Yep. Hey Rhonda, my day's going well. How about you? All right, and now I'm going to use my pliers to grab these 2 pieces right here just to kind of keep everything together. I'm not going to push too hard. And then I'm going to take that remaining wire and I'm going to do a couple rotations around our base wire here. Nothing too crazy, just maybe 2. Just like that. Hey Kelly. I didn't list this in the materials or in the tools in the description, but I am using flush cutters as well. And then I'm just going to cut the remaining wire off. And then I'm just going to lay that down as nicely as possible. Just like that. So then you can kind of straighten this out and be as much of a perfectionist as you want to be. But the idea is to get a nice little plus sign, right? And then we're going to take our flat nose. Yay, you got a notification. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm going to take those flat nose and I'm just going to kind of bend up for each of those prongs so we can make kind of a cup, a little seat like this. And as you can see, it's starting to take form, right? At this point, I usually go about halfway down my prongs and bend up. All of this sizing you might have to kind of play with depending on your facets. For this, if you're using everything like the exact tools that I'm using, the exact wire that I'm using, I will tell you that I am working with a 4mm prong for this. But now I have something that looks like this. I'm actually going to reach in here and open that up a little bit. Excuse me, a 4mm facet. I'm sorry, I said prong, I meant to say facet. Excuse me, 5mm facet. Goodness. Words are hard. Okay. So then I'm going to like gently put this up a little bit more. Put that in there. And this honestly is the most cumbersome part, I think. Open that side up a little bit more. So I have kind of figured out how to measure my prongs basically by testing it with my tools. So when I do a 5mm prong, I'll use my 3 or 4mm flat nose pliers. These are Xuron 483s. I have these listed in the description of the video. If you go down, you'll see a section marked tools. There'll be a link there and you can actually find these exact tools. These are what I use. I have no idea exactly how long that is. I think it's about 4mm. I think it actually says so on the thing, but that's what I use to measure. Basically what I do is I went through like all of my tools, and you can do this with your tools, and I figured out which tools worked with which gauge stones. It was kind of a trial and error. All right, so I'm going to go in here with my tweezer nose, and I'm just going to give a little curl, just a little bit to each of the ends of my prongs, just a tiny little oop. The last one is probably the most difficult. And then once we have that, we've got what looks like this, and then we're going to go in and gently, I'm going to try and give you guys the best view, gently squish that down, very, very gently, because you don't want to break your stone. You don't want to pop your stone out either. And then I kind of like try and work my way around. placing those prongs as even as possible. Just work your way around, kind of tightening a little bit until you feel that your prong, your facet is nice and snug. And then that your prongs are nice and evenly placed. And I feel like they are, roughly. I'm not going to sit here and fiddle with them back and forth for you guys, but you can kind of get the idea. So there's a 4-prong setting. Normally I would kind of go back through here and fiddle with them just a little bit to make sure that they're as even as possible, but that's the idea. And as you can see, it's nice and snug in there. So there's 4. And now we're going to do a 3-prong setting. For this one, I'm using a 4mm facet, so a little bit smaller. I have found that my tweezer nose are great for kind of determining the size of my prongs for those. Usually what I will do is I just go down just a little bit, like that. And I eyeball it. And we're going to make 3 little teeth prongs. Like that. Same like we did before. I'm going to squish those down nice and flat. I prefer the 3. I don't know why. I just find it easier personally. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the 3. Again, same thing. We're going to just kind of pinch that last little prong and bend this straight down so that it's roughly flush with everything else, like that. That can be even more flush than it is. There we go. Like that. Oh shoot, I don't want to do that. I'm going to hammer this first. I got ahead of myself. Shh, don't tell anybody, okay? Okay, now, same as we did before, we're just going to slowly start opening these up until it looks like kind of a Mercedes symbol is the best way I can describe it. The inside of a Mercedes symbol. There we go, just like that. A frog hand. Oh, cute. Yeah. All right. And then once we have our little Mercedes symbol, same thing. We're just going to take that wire and run across our bottom here. I'm going to do just 2 rotations to kind of keep it anchored down. Go ahead and clip that. These to be nice and straight, like that. Again, we're going to go in, just line that up and make our little cup. Just like that. Oh, thank you. Y'all are sweet. Hey Dawn, hey Sean, hey Tinshi, And she says, you make it look so easy. Thank you. And then we're going to go about halfway down our prong and then bend straight up, bend straight up, bend straight up. So we have something that looks like this. Okay. And that is when we introduce our stone. Right. We're going to go in with our tweezer nose pliers. Don't be overly concerned about your stone being perfectly sat in there, seated. You'll live. It's going to be fine. Okay, you just kind of want it to exist in there. You're just going to do a little bit of a bend. I'm going to do like 2 bends and then I'll put it back. You just want enough to where once you've seated your stone, you can grab under here. And pinch it down. Like that. This one's going to be potentially tough. Ah, too much, too much. That was too much. I gotta lift that back up. All that talk about how I prefer the 3-prong to the 4-prong, and here I am struggling on the 3-prong more. There we go. And again, both of them same concept, just kind of go around the edges, gently clamp them down a little more. That's not even at all. Still not better. I would highly recommend practicing with like CZs first. There we go. Just to kind of get practice, and there we go. Hi, Slay Queen, how are you? And then, oh, here we have our, and again, you can go in and just keep kind of pinching those down just to further secure that. You just want it to feel secure ultimately to you. And then there you have it. There's the 3. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I should have changed the settings. I always forget. I'm not used to YouTube just yet. But there we go. Now we have our little prong settings. And then you can kind of attach them to your work however you see fit. That's it. I hope that was helpful. I do want to say I have entered this piano locket into a contest for Rio Grande. And I would love it if you all would go vote for it. It is linked in the description. At the very bottom of the description, it says vote for me. Please. I just posted it up there today. Today is June 3rd. 2024. The votes are closed on July 1st, 2024. But please, it's a design contest. Go give some love. Go vote for me. Because I'm really, really proud of this design. It's a little dull. It's not as bright as it is in the video, but you'll see what it looks like high polished over in the video. If you go to that link. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm probably going to end this live, and I might restart another live and do a quick tutorial on earring backs. So I might be back in just a few minutes. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. I hope this helped at least one person. I know prong settings are tough, and I'm still relatively new to them, but if I helped at least one person, that's all that matters to me. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later, and go vote for the piano. Okay, bye.